did a we did a fun little test earlier. So I am going to record this to my computer and attempt to upload it to YouTube. So fingers crossed I didn't just mess up the recording for the future. If not, Diane will come back and help us again. So Diane, I'm going to let you take it away. I will kind of look through the chat.
Perfect.
You should be able to share your screen. I am going to ask that everybody mutes themselves, and we'll kind of get to questions, you know, whenever you feel is a good stopping point. So if you're showing something and you want to ask, then feel free to unmute yourself and they can ask you questions.
Okay.
But good old background noises sometimes affect everything. Mute myself as I muted myself while saying that, and let you take it from here.
Okay, so first thing I'm going to ask is, how many of you have ever had to make a flyer for something, for like your kid's school, for an open house, a garage sale, anything where you had to make something that would have like an address, a picture, maybe just some basic information. Maybe you did it in Word, maybe you did it in Publisher. How many of you have ever done anything like that? Raise your hand if you have done that. There we go. I'm getting 2 or 3. If you are not in, like if you don't have your camera on, you can also type in the chat. All right, so Canva itself seems very overwhelming, but it's very simple. It's not as hard as it looks like it is. If you've ever had to make a flyer, if you've ever had to make a Word doc, then you can do this. It's just having the images and having the information. Now there's 2 different ways to do Canva. You can either do Canva free, or you can do it where you have the pro account. I was doing it free, but now that I use it so much, I upgraded and have it so that I have more images available to me. You can totally do it for free. You don't have to do it with an account. You just have less images that Canva has that you can just use, and you don't have to worry about it. Yes, Jessica, is also a tax write-off if you do Canva for your business. So I'm going to share my screen. And I want to show you a couple of things. Let's see, we'll share the desktop. So I want to show you a couple things. We'll close that because we don't need that open. So when you open Canva, it looks like this at the top of the screen. Like this is just the opening Canva. So here's my little icon for me because I have my account. And then you can create designs. So they save your designs automatically. Let's say you accidentally hit close. It is closed where you last left off and it last uploaded. So just like in a Google Doc. So don't panic if like it closes and you're like, oh my gosh, I just lost 3 hours worth of editing. No, you didn't. It's all there. So it'll show you your designs. It'll give you options of things that you can choose. You can click all your designs and it'll show everything you've ever made. So for instance, yesterday, I was saving images like a mad fool on Facebook, and the scavenger hunt image I saved, and then I flipped a flyer and just added the images. So just like on Facebook, if you can upload an image, you can take pre-made flyers that have been sent to you that people say free to use this. Go ahead, use it. That's awesome. Don't care. Make flyers. Now, I don't typically print in color because I don't have a color printer. So things like this, I will send to Canva because there's 2 on a page. I will print, I did 10 prints of this because I'll get 20 of them. And the first 20 people that say they want a catalog will get the scavenger hunt added to their catalog as a little extra, hey, do this, find the answers for the stickers, and it's there. So this was simply just a upload the image. It saves all your uploads. This is the one right here. You hit upload media just like you would on anything else. You would hit device, and then it's going to pop up right here is that image. Let's see if I can find it. Maybe I pulled it from Facebook. I may have pulled it from Facebook because there's two ways to do it. So if you don't have it saved to your computer, you can also pull it from your Facebook, and any image you've ever put on Facebook, you can pull. So like today I pulled this image of me. I got to go back pretty far, but I pulled this picture because I realized I don't have a picture that I like that I can use for flyers. So I went through my Facebook pictures and chose this one and uploaded it. So you can upload from Facebook or you can upload from your own computer pictures. So today I'll start with the Zoom because the Zoom background is easy peasy lemon squeezy. So I didn't know this until today, but you can search Canva and see what it'll let you make. But for fun, I typed in Zoom and you can make your own Zoom virtual backgrounds. So here are some that they've created. So you could literally take this and start with a pre-made, already have pictures. You would then change it, okay? But I'm gonna create my own. And I went into the workstation and I saved a picture of the 10 new release bars. And I've decided that's what I'm gonna use for Canva. Canva is loading. It says it's waiting for Canva. So it's gonna give you your blank. And then they always give you all of these options like funny Zoom backgrounds. This is a holiday that's coming. All results are here. Some of these are moving images. That's why there's a little video camera. And then if you are a free member to Canva, it'll say free in the corner. If it's a pro version, it will only show you it will also show you the pro pictures. Now I saved it for free just to show you so that you weren't like, oh, look, there's no images available to me. These are all free. So you could click on any of these. So I'm gonna make my own. So my background is here. So in my uploads, let's pretend I haven't uploaded this picture, even though I have. I'm gonna go to my device and I wanna pick this picture here, which is the new releases from the spring and summer catalog. So it's uploading it right now to my image bank. And then I can click on it and it puts it directly in Canva. And then I can play with sizing. Now, because this picture is a pre-made picture, I don't get to choose necessarily its sizing. Like if you notice, it's making it bigger, but it's not like distorting it. It does that on its own. So then let's say I like it like that. Let's say I'm done. Like that's how I want my background. I want the new release bars. This is gonna be like a fun, like, hey, I'm doing a 10 bar bundle, $60. You can pick 12 bars. You get 10 of the brand new releases and you get to pick to any that you want. Okay, $60. Let me know if you want it. I would hit download because I've now made my image. And it's going to ask you what file type you want. Because this is going into Zoom, you're going to want a JPEG or a PNG. They suggest PNG because it keeps it a high quality image. And then it's going to prepare my design and basically save it to my computer. So there it went, right down there at the bottom. So now let's say in my Zoom call, I want to change my background. I'm going to stop sharing. And then in the stop video, you have the option of video settings and it says choose a virtual background. So on Zoom itself, if you want to change your background, there's the mute button that looks like a microphone. And then next to it looks like the camera. And right now it says stop video if your camera's on. I'm going to hit choose virtual background. I'm then going to hit the little plus sign that says add an image. And then it's going to go to my downloads. And because I just downloaded a Zoom background, I'll be able to open that up and change my background. Sometimes your computers need a green screen. If it's a Chromebook or something like that, it will need a green screen, but because I have a Mac, I don't need that green screen. So now there's my background. Now, because I'm dark and my lighting isn't quite right, and it's cropping out my desk in front of me because of how I'm sitting, if I were to be sitting up to my desk close, then I literally would be in the picture and then I'd have my Scentsy bars in my background. So like those are super easy, quick things to do. You could make an image like this, pop something up in the corner to talk about something, and you're done. So that would be in a Zoom or in a video chat of some kind. So I'm going to close that because I want my regular background. None. All right. So that's like a really basic, easy, you're just adding an image, you're saving the file to your computer, done. Okay, so what about like flyers and stuff like that? Let me reshare my screen. I'm gonna make a postcard tonight, kind of showing you some stuff. So I've already made this image. It's gonna be saved to my computer. I don't have to do anything. So if I go to my home screen, it's actually gonna say that it's generating my new design that I just made. This is my Zoom background. So it pops it into your designs. So your designs are just there. So let's say I want to make a postcard. I was watching some of the videos. I haven't watched them all yet from the New Year, New Goals Facebook group that was up yesterday. And one of the videos was all about like mail and making mail super easy. And she was talking about how if you order from her for the first 3 months after you order, you get a happy mail that's a little bit more. Like you get a felt sample and you get flyers and you get confetti and you get all of that stuff. But after 3 months, she drops it down to a postcard with just the little Scentsy sticker on it that is a scratch and sniff, because one, it's cheaper, and two, then people kind of think, wait a minute, I want that happy mail. And then when they order again and they start getting the happy mail again, they put it together that, oh, if I order more things, then I have the potential of getting a little bit bigger happy mail. But maybe, maybe they fall off when they get that postcard in the mail and they smell the scratch and sniff sticker. They go, oh yeah, that's right, I need to order Scentsy. So it was like, that's genius. Then all I'm doing is putting a postcard in the mail with a scratch and sniff sticker for people who haven't ordered in a while. Or like I have people who invite friends to my group, but then that person may not order from me. They're just on my group for a little while. I might send them a postcard a few times. And if I haven't heard from them and they're not somebody that's in my group, as much as it kills me to delete people, if you're not participating and wanting to be there, I also don't want to be flooding your feed with stuff that you're not participating in. So I was thinking, oh my gosh, I love that. I want to make a postcard. And I was kind of thinking about ideas today. So let's go make a postcard. And I'll kind of walk you through postcards. So I'm going to make a postcard. I'm going to create a blank. And I really liked the one that she had. So I was thinking, and she had like 3 images on the front of her postcard. One spot was for the scent of the month sticker. So what she did is she just labeled an area scent of the month sticker so that these postcards could be used over and over. You didn't have to worry about what scent of the month you were using. So I was like, ooh, I like the idea of the 3 pictures on the front. She had a picture of herself, the scent of the month, and then she just had like some cute graphics. And I thought, well, I want it to be relevant for the spring and summer catalog. Like I want to be able to use this postcard. If I'm going to make it and I'm going to pay for it, then I really want to make it something that is worthwhile to me to have, and not just oh, I quick made this and now I don't really like it. Like, why are you paying for it if you don't want to make it? Like, don't do that. So I thought about picture frames. So what I did is I went into elements and I typed in frames. Now it's going to show you like there are so many different ones. So you can filter that like you just want border ones. And that's what I want. I just want borders. So I'm going to back out of here because I actually really like this border. And I want 3 of them. So I'm gonna choose one and then I'm gonna open all 3 of them. So you just click on the image and they pop in. Okay. So I was kind of playing with a little bit of juxtaposition, how I wanted it to look. You can make it any way you want. Maybe you want them all straight. Maybe you don't want picture frames at all. Maybe that's not your design aesthetic. You get to drive the bus here. It's your choice. So in this box, I'm going to keep this box the scent of the month. So because I'm going to do that, I'm going to put an image in here in a little bit to remind myself this is scent of the month. And I'm actually going to type, and your text boxes will ask add a heading, add a subheading, add a little bit of body of text, and you can leave them like this, or you can also make these real big or small or however you want. It's not, this is if you wanted to add the 3 different levels of text. So I want this to say scent of the month. So this font is called Bakery Thin. The reason mine is set that way is because I set it that way. In settings, you can kind of pick like your, it's called your design box, or it's something about like your branding. Maybe it's called branding. I can't remember, but I like this font. So I just made it my font so that it pops up every time and I don't have to remember Bakery Thin. So scent of the month, and I want it smaller, and I'm going to move it right here. And it will center it in your boxes and everything. It's pretty sweet. Like you don't have to worry about any of that. Like it'll do it for you. So I want mine to sit like that, scent of the month. I want to add a picture of myself. So I uploaded from my computer, like I said, this picture of myself, and I'm going to kind of fit it to the border. And you just kind of play with your images because I want it to sit in that frame like it's a picture in a frame. And then I want to use, I actually picked a different one. So let me upload it. Upload media. This one. This came directly off of our workstation. So this is the fruity scented one. So you could choose any image off of the workstation. And I want to put it in this box. Now I want my picture to not be cut off here. I don't want this corner gone. So I'm going to click back on my picture and now the blue is around the picture. And then I'm going to say to the front. So I want to have a little, like, you know how we have the little 10 sheet, here are the new releases, the little wax bar outline. Well, I want to put it on there so that I just have it so that I know it's centered every time that I stick a sticker on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload, I Googled wax bar template and found an image and saved it to my computer. So I'm going to save that or go get that picture. Or I'm not. There she goes. Oh, well, now there's 2 of them because it was going, but okay. So I know that a scent sticker because I pulled out one of my business cards. Okay, so those business cards that had the stickers on them were out for the longest time. So I bought these and then put my scent stickers on them. and I throw these in my purse. And then when I'm in the checkout line, even though I'm terrified of doing it and it scares the bejesus out of me each and every time I do it, I give these to the cashier. I'll give these to people in the parking lot if they see my magnet on my car. It's terrifying and horrible, but I do it because how are people going to know about Scentsy if I don't just give them the sticker? What are they going to do? Like, they're not going to hurt me. They're not going to be like, get your paper away from me. It's going to be just fine. I'll breathe through it. So this sticker is 1.5 inches tall by 1 inches wide. So my box here, if you look, it changes the width. So it'll tell you how big or small you're making it. And I have to see, there's a way to change it, but I'm not worried necessarily about that. I just want to make sure that it's 1.5 inches tall. One and a half inches tall. So my frame, I already know needs to be bigger. So then I just take the frame, I expand it. I know it's centered now. And now I can put my scent of the month sticker on here, and maybe I don't want it so that it's covered up. So now I can put my scent of the month sticker right there. Every month I've got this postcard. And then I was thinking, well, I want a different background. And since it's picture frames, like I kind of want something that maybe looks like a wall. So then I can kind of play around with, well, do I want brick? Do I want white brick? And you can totally go through and like make it your aesthetic. They give you tons and tons and tons of options. So I kind of dig this white brick because it's spring, summer. It's going to be lighter colors. It's going to be bright. It's going to be fun because it's summer. And then I was thinking like on this side, I might put something like, whoa. Let's delete you. I got a little excited there. Right. So maybe I just want to say something like living the Scentsy life. And I can just extend this. Okay. So maybe this is the front of my postcard. And then I want to have a page on the back. So on the back, you just add a page. So this is going to be the back of my postcard. So then for me, like I know what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want a line that kind of divides this postcard so that I have a place to put an address. So I'm going to look at the lines and kind of just decide. And then you can rotate them and it'll give you your angles. And then I can kind of move this and I know that this is centered. And then over here, you know, I'm going to type in, you know, I might put a picture of my family and my story. Or maybe I put a picture, or, you know, maybe this is just a blanket thank you. Thank you so much for supporting my business. Thank you for adding people to my group. You can make a QR code. I have a QR code for my Facebook group because it's that weird, like crazy named thing when you go to save it. So then I just have a QR code that I can attach to this postcard that will, you know, say, hey, join my VIP group. So I want an arrow, but I want to show you some things that are on the Scentsy Facebook page. So I'm going to go to my page. And I found an arrow today, and I knew about these images, but not everybody knows about these images. If you go in here and you go to the Scentsy Success, you have all these filter options. So what I did is I chose under marketing, there's logos, and then there's also stickers. So you choose both the logos and the stickers, and then you hit apply filter. And not only is it going to kick out the most current Scentsy logo that you can put on your graphics, because this is the one that makes you in compliance. Like if you use the other ones, some of them are okay, some of them aren't. So if you pull it from the Scentsy page, it's the logo you can use and you are in compliance. It's not a question. So they have them in white, black, and purple. They have this kind of graphic, but they also have all these images. So there's sparkles, acorns, downward arrow. So I want this arrow. So you click on the arrow and you download it to your computer. So then when I go back into Canva, let's see here, postcard. Let's go into my uploads. I can upload that arrow image that I just got from the Scentsy page. And there she is. So like, whoa. So then let's say I want it there and I want to add my QR code, which I already have here. I just have to go pull it. And it saves everything you've ever made, anything you've ever pulled. These were for a group that I was doing for like a online vendor party. But there's my QR code. So then I can make it, you know, go like this. Text. And I can kind of play with size. I can change its juxtaposition. And remember, this is a postcard, so like right now this looks small. But then I could put all my thank you information, and then I can leave this side where the sticker would go. I can put in, when I get these printed, I can print out labels with all of my, you know, people that haven't ordered in a while. This gets a sent sticker to them, and you're reaching people that maybe you haven't thought of in a while. Look at your list of 100 and be like, hey, you know what? I haven't talked to Nancy in a while. I should send her a postcard with the new sticker. And remind her, hey, thank you so much for helping my business. So before I show you any more, are there questions?
I know we can do questions, and then I know Miss Pagen is also on. So I believe she wanted to share a little bit also. She's like a Canva guru and does tons for Donna, which then in a sense does it for me and Brie without her knowing she's doing it for us. And we ask her for little templates. There's been really good questions in the chat. For the most part, I've answered them.
Okay.
The only thing I don't know if you want to touch on more is like Brie asked a good question, like what are the benefits to having the paid version? You touched on it. I pretty much just said, like, for me, like you get more access to it. Those watermarks don't go, they go away. So sometimes if you're creating something and you find something in elements and you're like, oh my God, I love this, it will have Canva written in the background. And when you go to like check out or order it, it will make you pay for it. And sometimes those templates could be anywhere from $1 to, I don't think I've ever bought anything over $2. I really chose to switch to the pro version because, and I don't know if it's something you can show, if you go back to the front of your postcard, so go up on your screen and you click on your, on that, on your bar, go to effects. and go to background remover. And what it should do is it should take that white around your bar away.
Yep.
So sometimes that's helpful. So like, for instance, I have like a character of myself that somebody created, right? Well, it's me, but then there's a box around me. And sometimes when you go to take that into an image, it keeps that box. So the only way you can remove that background is by having that pro version. And it's totally worth it. And you may do this a different way, so this would be great too. I actually print through Canva. That's simply because I find it easier and more convenient. But I know a lot of people that will save these and send it off to Walgreens, and it is cheaper. How do you print? That might be something helpful as well.
So if it's something like this postcard that I am making, I will continue to tweak this one, and this I will make through Canva. It's easy. They come in a set. Yes, you can get images cheaper. Like if it were something like a flyer that we're going to be like for a limited time offer, I would totally do that through Walgreens or something else where I'm printing a very small amount. For instance, I'm going to leave my postcard. There is a postcard that we were given months and months and months ago that was a blank. Like some people, like here's one that we made last week or somebody made last week. I don't remember who made this or who shared it or who, whatever. But it was a last chance and all of this was blank. So I added this kind of stuff. Now I may not print this one. This one I might share with people in an email. This one I might share because it's a last chance. This postcard's good for a month. And then if I have extra, it's really not useful to me past the end of this month. Okay. So like this, I might just save and not send out. However, there was one that I constantly print and I don't ever foresee not printing it unless something changes. And it is this one. So somebody shared this image with us and this space was empty. So this is my website, but it basically says bundle and save, clearance. Like these are the things you should check out under the specials tab before you leave my website. So these I print in bulk on Canva and get like 100 at a time. And then when I'm starting to run low, because these go in every single order, every single time, all the time. So I mainly print on Canva. It's just convenient. It's easy. I don't necessarily want to have to run around town or have a thing saying that I own the rights to the image or any of that stuff, depending on where you go. So yeah, I just do it on Canva.
Because sometimes when you send it to Walgreens, and this is where I run into the issue and why I choose to print through Canva too, is the pit skulls. Like when you go to send it to Walgreens, it uploads blurry. So I mean, that's just, it's 100% your choice. You may be way savvier than me.
Right.
So it might be, you might be able to figure that out. And the only other thing, which I don't know if everybody's paying attention to chat, when it comes to the QR codes, before you print, I strongly recommend you grabbing your phone and opening the camera, because there's been many times where I have just about hit print and I'm like, oh, my QR code doesn't work because it's too small. So you want to make sure that you are testing that. And Canva, in my opinion, is fantastic service. So I made a postcard. I paid for it, printed it, and then realized that I had a typo, and I instantly went in and canceled it, and it was like immediate. So, I mean, I've had no issues with their customer service, but I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to have you stop sharing your screen. So if Miss Pagen is still on, she can unmute and she can share all of her goodness too, because she's a pretty good guru too.
I'm here. Donna texted me to make sure that I was here. I forgot for a second. Got busy.
Well, thank you.
I print everything from home. Everything I do. Most of my stuff is flyers, of course, you know, for mostly other people half the time, for a lot of the directors and stuff. I just found out more people are stealing my stuff than I thought, but it's cool. If you need to add me, Jessica, please do. Bree's done it already. She gives me requests too now.
It comes through our group message and I'm like, yeah, add that, have her make that. So I just
make sure to get with Donna because she's already got the February stuff.
I love it.
I do, like I said, let me see if it'll, come on. There we go. Well, let me pull this up. I do, like I said, I do a lot of like flyers, as you can tell. I try to get the sneak peeks done for our group. I will show you, like, if you want to do your own, like we get that, you know, everybody finds their own sneak peeks. I will show you how I do mine. They're all different kinds of things that you can do on here. As you can tell, I have 2 different sneak peeks. To me, I like to use, of course, they have the Facebook post and Instagram post. I usually use the Instagram post because it just looks clearer even on Facebook. And half the time my Instagram goes straight to my Facebook anyways. The picture just looks so much clearer and a little, almost to me looks bigger. So I'm going to go to blank. The picture has already been showed how to download all these. I have so much stuff on here too. But let's see. Okay, well, it was on here. I forgot I went through my stuff the other day. I had too much on here. Couldn't find anything. There we go. So once again, it's going to pull up a little smaller after it gets downloading. So we're going to stretch this out. And once again, you can do a lot on here, and I love that. So what you'll do is you can go to effects, which this is how I did mine last month, and the other one, where you can pixelate these to make it look different. You can liquefy them, which to me always just looks kind of funny. And then you can blur them, or slice really. And then you can kind of play with it to kind of make it different so that, you know, you don't want people to see it. You put it back in place. See if it'll bring it up. You can blur them. This is how I did one of them. You'll go over here to your elements. As you can tell, I already have the butterfly played up. I do pay for it because I do get that watermark's not on them. I can download these straight to my computer. Up here, I just typed in butterfly. You can put anything. Let's put this one on here. It does come in black, so I went up here to change it to white. Make it as big as you want. You can turn him upside down. Make this as creative as you want, because this is yours, and this is a way to create something you're gonna love, not only for yourself, but you know, your customers. And I love this because on here, they have the fonts already. Like, say you're not a creative person. You don't have that, I'm gonna make this as beautiful as I want. They already have a lot of these, like the font combinations ready for you to go. Sorry, guys. So let's do Hello Darling. Once again, you can play with the colors, you can turn it, but this font is already set for you to look as gorgeous as you want. So you can just click on it and change it. That way you have that. Once again, you can change the font, you can change the color, but it's all the way you want it to look. Another thing I do on Canva, I will show you maybe, is I go up here, type in newsletter, and they have all these already out for you. And yes, Cincy already makes our newsletters for us that they send out each month. I personally just like to personalize that. I send this out with my Happy Mail. Once again, I do print everything at home. What are you doing? Oh, so I can print out as many as I need or anything like that. What I can do is go in here and just add everything I want. Say I want to tell them about this warmer and this one. As you can tell, it does have the box around it, like Jessica said. Just go up here and remove that. And I can make these as big and small as I want. Now here is mine from this last month that I did. Once again, I went in, I used everything possible that I could. I found pictures of our kits and I was advertising about joining, my mystery bags. I mean, every little thing you can do. And remember, the font does look small. I have to constantly remind myself that it looks small. And then I'm sitting here like, oh, that I need to take up space here, here, and here. And it's really just because I made the font so small that I didn't take up enough room with it. You really have to play with it. I normally print out one just to make sure how it looks on paper. And that's usually just kind of like my trial one. But you can go up here and it's going to say print letterhead, which that will send it to Canva and they'll print it for you. Or you can go right here, move this over a little bit, and you can click one of these. You can get the PDF, which I normally do when I go just to save it to my computer. And then I also post this on my Facebook group page. So I do the PNG because it does look so much clearer than any of the other ones. I could see, they're shaking their head. Yes, it does. It looks so much clearer. It comes out amazing. So that's how you can save those pictures. So it's going to save it directly to your stuff. You can use it just as, any other picture. That's how I make my newsletters. And those, like I said, go out with my monthly mail. Come on. And then, like I said, I make a lot of flyers. As you can tell, I've made Dumbo ones. I make calendars. This stuff, once again, I kind of got a head start on my November stuff or my February stuff for my directors who would take those. I do a lot of different things. I've done Cincy games. You can get on here and make, we all see these all over the place. Like how many bars are in something. You can go in and create your own. These are body washes. You can go in. I'm not 100% sure if that number's accurate because my kids kept interrupting me. But I went with the best number I could. It's closest. But I actually, with this one, I went into Elements. All I did was type in New Year's and a whole bunch of stuff came up. And I found one that actually said New Year's. I stuck it on here and I traced it pretty much with the body wash and then deleted the back picture. Actually, to be honest, I think I didn't even delete it. Look, see, there you go. I think it was just to keep that blue behind it. But you can do that with so many pictures. You can delete that picture afterwards when you're done using it. It's not like these are permanent. You can go in and change it. Stop, please. You can go in and change these and it's so amazing. I make my own banners for my stuff. A lot of people know me because I absolutely love cows. I have a fascination with Highland cows. So a lot of my stuff has cows on it. I actually made a thank you for ordering flyer for Donna that had a goat on it because everybody knows that she loves goats. Make this yours. This is somewhere you can make you and your brand come out. This doesn't have to look like so-and-so's over here because this is your creativity in one spot where you can just branch out on however you want to do it. It just, trying to find the right word. Like this is your, okay, creativity is the only one I can come up with, but make this about you and how you want your stuff to look. Like I said, I have a lot of cow stuff. I've done Christmas stuff. I've done nails for friends. I made this one right for Christmas and it was so much fun because I got to play with something. You can find pictures on Google, download those, do those. And you don't have to pay for it, but I do recommend it. It is a tax write-off. And you will get so much more for your money. And you're already, if you're gonna pay for a template, you might as well pay that extra, just that little extra, just to keep getting all that stuff just for, I wouldn't say free because technically you're paying for it. Just take it, please. Good gravy. They don't bother me all day until I'm talking. But these are just fun things to think about if you want to do Canva.
Thank you. Does anybody have any questions? And I will say, the kids are getting yelled at upstairs because it's bedtime and they don't want to go to bed. So don't mind that. I will say for me is like, I can be creative, but then I have moments that I'm not creative. So sometimes what I will find myself doing is seeing an image and recreating it. And so like, both of them were saying, there's no right or wrong way to do Canva. When you get into this space, nobody is telling you that you can't color outside the lines. Like this is 100% you, what colors you like. Maybe you have certain brand colors that you do, stick with those. Maybe you're trying to create your brand, stick with those colors. Maybe you love goats like Donna does. She includes that in her marketing. I don't know if you include cows, but I know I always see Donna's, like you're bringing your personality into it. So there's really no right or wrong way to do it. So if anybody has any questions, there's been so much information. This recording will be available from tomorrow until Sunday. And then it will get deleted because then we'll have another training next Monday. So if you guys have questions, please, please, please ask. I pay $12.99 a month. Do you guys pay? Is it okay? So it's $12.99 a month. I'm so happy to know that you guys pay it too, because it is really worth it. And that tax write-off, you need them for your business. And there's nothing more convenient than being able to do it yourself, but you're not going to be able to do it yourself unless you try and keep going in and keep going in. And I promise you, there's even things that I took away tonight, and I've now been doing Canva on my own, honestly, for about a year. And a year ago, if I showed you what I was creating to what I can create now, you'd be like, wow. And like today, I kid you not, I had no idea that I could just right click and hit front. And I'm like, damn it, I had to change all the direction that I was doing it. So I'm like, yes, that's a win. So it's little things.
I did want to show one more thing, because both Pagen, she reminded me of this, both of us have like shown you how to create something from scratch.
Mm-hmm.
But today I was playing, and I always make every season, so spring, summer, winter, fall, I make some sort of 6-pack flyer. And I wanted to show you what I did. So I've called it Valentine Picks because it's going to be February's flyer. But what I did, this is my flyer. But it started like this. And then all I did is when you open it, you can physically play with all of the placement to change things. Like I got rid of the flowers and I put in hearts and I added the logo, and then I left all of these fonts and stuff. So you can just literally use something that's there. If you're like, oh my gosh, I can't put it together, I don't really get that part. You can even just play with some of the templates and mess with those until you're more comfortable.
And I will ask this to see if you both agree with me. Is doing it on your computer easier or your cell phone?
Oh, computer.
Oh yeah, my computer, my phone, I downloaded the app because they do have an app. I was so frustrated because it kept trying to kick me out. Mm-hmm. And then I had like 30 of the same pictures saved because it wouldn't show me that it was saved.
Yes. And you can't like move things as well either. Like I can move my mouse, but if I'm on my phone trying to place pictures,
it freezes.
It freezes, or I want to throw my phone because it makes it so big that I now can no longer make the picture small. So
yes.
Computer, iPad is not bad, but a computer is still better.
I couldn't agree more. I think the only reason I have the app is if I'm in need of something, because all your pictures automatically save. So I can go into the app and be like, save to my, save to my images, and then I can upload it to Facebook if I'm on the go. So I agree 100%. Any questions? We are right at the end of Mix It Up Monday. So I want to make sure if there's any questions that we can get them answered for you guys. You guys can unmute yourself. Go for it.
Okay, so I've used it once, maybe twice before, and I printed it in, I think, matte. Do you guys have recommendations on if matte is better than glossy, or is it like your preference?
I choose matte because I like it. I think it's just a preference. I don't like glossy. I think the images would be just fine. Canva would be able to make it so it's not blurry or anything. I choose matte because I like the feel of the paper.
Okay.
I'm honest.
I do matte too. And what I will say too is if you guys don't need envelopes, unclick the envelopes because you don't need to pay $5 or $8 for the envelopes. I just ordered my little, I did mystery bag perks card thing today, whatever. And I think I paid $11 for 50 of them. Like, you can't, it's pretty cheap for 50 of them. And if you want envelopes with them, you're going to pay another $5. I don't need envelopes. So just pay attention to that when you're checking out as well, because you don't have to pay that extra price unless you actually want the envelopes. Anything else? I mean, this is a big tool that you really just have to go in and play with it. And don't police each other. As you guys are new to creating stuff, you may not put the Scentsy logo on something. And I'm here to tell you that we are all here for each other and it's okay. Should there be a Scentsy logo per compliance? Absolutely. Do I have flyers out there that don't have a Scentsy logo? Absolutely. Do I hope that none of you are going to turn me into compliance? Absolutely. So, I mean, we are all in it together, and I can't say that enough.
You get in a hurry making those flyers and you just forget. And, my Scentsy logos are on the very bottom, like through my pictures. And sometimes I'm like, oh, I got to go back and I got to add that. But thankfully, of course, it saves it and I can go back and add it. But I mean, there's a couple of flyers out there that I've made that don't have the logo because I completely just forgot. It happens.
And I actually think the compliance rule is if you put a price on it, you have to have the logo, correct?
Yes, I
So
believe so.
if there's not a price, so maybe you're doing 6 bars, right? You put the scent names, you put the description, don't add a price, you don't need a logo. And then you can make that into your post if you're using it for Facebook. Jesus. So, I mean, any other questions that we can maybe answer for you guys? No.
I just wanted to say thank you to Pagen and Diane because that was so amazing. Good. Like, I knew that Canva was a great tool, but I didn't realize like how much it can really not make or break you, but like it can really give you that opportunity to brand you.
You're an hour late? Why are you 1 hour late?
Yeah. I mean, it really is. And I, for so long, asked other people to make my flyers. I mean, for so long. And I begged other people to show exactly what both of you just did. And they just didn't. And you get to a point where you're like, okay, I just need to figure this out. And there are YouTube trainings. So don't be afraid to go onto YouTube and put in Canva trainings. I am sure if you even went into YouTube and put in Canva trainings, Scentsy, there might already be a training out there by another Scentsy consultant. But hopefully you have some good takeaways from this. If you guys feel like you need more, I am sure that myself, Diane Pagen, other people that are using Canva would be more than willing to hook up with you and help. Other than that, that's it, you guys. That's a wrap. Donna, Bree, do you guys have anything you guys want to add?
I need to practice. That's what I'm adding.
I'm legit mind blown. Like, I can't get over it. You guys are really, really good graphic designers.
Well, and it becomes addicting. Like once you figure out how to do it, like I make my own calendars that are booking calendars that I can then send to people and be like, hey, you said you were hosting a party. This is the incentive running for each of the months in January, boom. And I make them 3 at a time because I can just, now I know how to do it. So it's like, okay, add the calendar, put in my graphic, done. And it gets quicker and you want to just play with it. It's just fun.
It is. It's very addicting. I mean, there's times like Donna will ask, she's like, hey, can you do this? And I'm like, yeah. And then it's like, boom, she has it. She's like, that was fast. I was like, yeah, I got really good at it. It's fun. And it gets very addicting. And then you just start playing with every little thing, trying to figure out what it does and how to do it. And then it's very addicting.
I can say we're all good at something.
Oh, and Canva also will run trainings on things like it'll show you how to make your own GIFs. It'll show you how to make your own videos. Like they also have little trainings within Canva when they release some of their new.
I think they do at least 2 trainings a month. I do get emails on them.
Yeah.
I think it's twice a month that they do it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, ladies, very much for braving and coming on and sharing all the things because I appreciate it. I know there's tons of people that say they appreciate it. So I'm excited to see what all of you guys make. Other than that, that's a wrap, you guys. We'll be back here next Monday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I believe, I might be misspeaking. I think next week is Scentsy Club.
I think so.
What's next week's date? Yeah, I think next week is Scentsy Club,
The next is the 11th.
the 11th. Let me just confirm that because I really don't remember. I hope it's Scentsy Club because Scentsy Club should be a huge focus this month.
I just signed somebody up for Scentsy Club today,
Yeah.
and I was very excited about it.
That's amazing. See, I cannot find my graphic now. Oh, right here. Yes, so the 11th is Scentsy Club. So it's going to be totally worth it. There are a lot of people out there when you hear people talk about, I need to rest in my business. They're resting in their business because Scentsy Club is keeping their business continuing to run. You know, Donna just shared a goal with myself and Bree today about how many subscriptions she has and where she wants to be at the end of this month. And I cannot tell you guys enough how important Scentsy Club is to your business. I think it's a really underutilized tool. I personally underutilize it, and that's a focus of mine because we all have busy lives. And what would be better than that PRV coming in because you're doing it through subscriptions? I mean, it's genius. It's another one of those tools that can really blow your mind if you're taking the time to ask the questions, be knowledgeable of it, and sharing it. So I'm super excited for next week. So I hope that you guys will join us. And other than that, you guys have a great week. Happy New Year, and we'll see you next Monday.